Well, hello everybody. Welcome to our Oscar review. Well, look who's back. It's Mr. Jones. Say hello to everybody, Mr. Jones.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
He's back from his long hiatus.
I've been on hiatus. It's been a very interesting beginning of the year. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but thank God he brought me through so far in 2022, and he's gonna. Thank God he brought me through 2022. Period. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, through the whole year. You know, I speak prophetically about that. So.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to give out basically all the nominations, and after we finish everything, we're going to basically critique them and then talk about who we think is going to win and who we think the Oscar is going to pick. So let's get to Best Picture. There was a lot of very different and diverse films this year. So let's go to the first one, The Power of the Dog. I watched it, and if you want to watch somebody for 2 hours being an asshole, go watch it. Cumberbatch, he did a movie early on, which I wish I could remember the name of, but unfortunately I can't. He was very good in that. This one, no. Coda, very good movie. You got to be very calm about this thing because it's basically a sign language movie. So it's closed caption, but it's a very good movie. You don't have to know sign to understand it.
Now that sounds to me like a foreign movie.
No, not a
Secret Agents.
No, not at all. Belfast, again,
Okay.
yes. It's basically about the war that they had back in the 60s and 70s in Ireland. If you like those kind of movies, it's a good movie. Don't Look Up. With DiCaprio, oh Jesus, Jonah Hill, Meryl Streep, and the cast of others.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, Tyler Perry too. Yes, yes. And Jennifer Lawrence. Let's not forget her.
Oh yes.
Good movie. I saw it, and Mr. Jones saw it also, and we give it.
I liked it.
We give it a thumbs up.
It's better than it was. Actually, the movie actually talked about what might happen, or actually what is going to happen in society we live in. Maybe another 30, 40, 50 years from now, 60 years from now.
It's basically about a movie of things to come.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Drive My Car. Well, I don't drive, but sure, whatever. Japanese movie. Mr. Jones tried to watch it, not his cup of tea. I never got the opportunity to watch it, so really can't say anything about it because didn't watch it, but I heard it's kind of like Parasite, so must be a good movie, but I really can't say. Okay, Dune. Well, Mr. Jones could talk about it because he watched it. So, Mr. Jones, what did you think of Dune?
I thought Dune was excellent. In fact, it kind of reminded me of another version of Star Wars. It had that kind of setting. It had that kind of chemistry. It had that kind of connection. But it was good. I liked it. I liked the cast. They had some very interesting cast members in there. You know, they had the girl from Spider-Man, the one for the new one. You know, the one that played Mary Jane, the light-skinned black girl.
Yes.
They had her in there. They had Josh Brolin. You know, we all know him from. He plays actual Thanos. You know, and a number of other things. They had him in there. They had a number of casts in there.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
he's the one that played the lead.
Yes.
I mean, I saw the previews of it, but like I said, never really watched it.
It was good. I'll be honest with you. The first one, years ago, when I was probably a teenager, was good. But the second one pretty much took the cake.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much, it took the cake. And it was like, it was a good movie.
Okay.
Yes.
And now we get to the movie that we both saw, we both like, King Richard.
Oh yes.
Now let me explain this very simple.
Mr. Smith.
Okay, you do not have to be a tennis person
you get an applause.
Yeah, you do not need to be a tennis person to like this. It's a good movie.
Exactly.
Okay, Will Smith, best role to me he's ever done. Nomination,
But I won't say best. One of the best.
Okay, well. Everybody did their part in that movie, and it deserved to be nominated for Best Picture. And as we'll talk about later, he also got nominated for Best Actor. Well deserved.
He better get at least an Oscar or half an Oscar or something like that.
Okay. Nightmare Alley. If you're into old gangster movies, you will love this. Bradley Cooper, who should have been nominated, but we'll talk about that later. William Dafoe, which we all know from a lot of movies, and the cast of other people. Very good movie. Should have definitely deserved the Best Picture nomination. Okay, and that's basically it. Okay, so out of all of those movies, I think the movie that's going to win is Nightmare Alley.
Why?
If you got to go by the Academy. The Academy's full of 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds. They're into old gangster movies.
Yeah.
Now, I think Nightmare Alley's going to win, but I think the Academy might go somewhere else. They might pick Belfast because they're into those old movies. So, Mr. Jones, who do you think is going to win for Best Picture?
I think King Richard is going to win. And the reason why I think it's going to win, not just because it's a black film. I think,
it's just a good movie.
It's a good movie, and it's a great story. It talks about the history of Serena and Venus Williams.
Yes.
And it talks about what they had to go through, their struggle.
Yes.
Notice.
Yes.
You don't really see too many tennis movies. Okay?
No, you don't.
Especially African American movies.
Yes.
It shows a part where Will Smith, playing a more serious role as a father.
Yes.
And being there for his dad. And when you see, even in real life, but when you see black movies like that, you don't see the father in the home too much.
No,
okay?
that's actually what made the movie
very good. So for him staying there, it's like really an honor to see that, they do have black fathers out there that really care about their kids in the city. And it was filmed based on where they came from, one of the worst inner cities in America, Compton, California.
And Serena and Venus were the technical advisors for the movie, so this way what you saw was the truth.
Williams' sisters,
they didn't embellish anything like some movies do. They were actually there.
Yes.
Okay, now let's go to the Best Actor category.
Okay.
Which is going to be very interesting. Okay, we have Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth.
I gotta see that.
Mr. Jones and I did not see the movie.
I love Denzel. I love him as a person, as an actor, as a Christian now.
Yeah, so we really can't comment on it. So we'll leave it at that.
I say it's good.
Okay.
I say it's good.
DiCaprio for Don't Look Up.
Okay.
He did a good job. Oscar worthy? Maybe.
I don't know. I love DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I mean, I love him since he started with Titanic years ago. Okay, and I liked him in Departed, even though I didn't see the whole movie of that. But and I believe he might. There's a possibility he just might get mentioned for a nomination. That's it.
Okay, well, let's go through the rest of them and then we'll talk about that. Will Smith for King Richard. Javier Bardem for Being a Ricardos. Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog. And Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. Okay, now, we already talked about the stuff that we saw. I saw Tick, Tick, Boom, and Andrew Garfield was very good in that movie. If you like a story, like a musical kind of movie, you will like that movie. He did deserve the nomination. We already went through the Power of the Dog thing. Cumberbatch should have got nominated for another movie he did, not this one. Javier Bardem did a very good part playing Ricky Ricardo. And if you're a fan of I Love Lucy or whatever, you're going to understand that.
I haven't seen it yet, but I will.
DiCaprio we went through, and Denzel we went through. Okay, so here's what I think is going to happen. Okay, out of those people, I like Will Smith to win. Period. Out of all these people. Now, Denzel Washington being nominated was, I'm sorry to say, a sympathy nomination. Okay, if you watch Nightmare Alley and you watch Bradley Cooper, he should have been nominated for that. But I understand because Meryl Streep gets nominated every year. Well, Denzel, you just replaced Meryl Streep. There you go. Now, that's who I think is going to win it. So, Mr. Jones, who do you think is going to win Best Actor?
It's hard to tell.
Would you agree that Will Smith might win it?
I would have to say yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we both agree.
For his father figure role.
Yeah, we both agree that Will Smith will win Best Actor. Now, what would the Academy?
At least 3.
Now, what would the Academy go for? Let's see now. Cumberbatch for Power of the Dog. Why? The hell I know. Okay. All right. Now we'll get to Best Actress. So I will name all of them, and then we'll discuss what we think of it. Nicole Kidman for Being a Ricardos. Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers. Kristen Stewart for Spencer. And Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter. Okay, now, I saw Being a Ricardos, and when I first heard that Nicole Kidman was going to play Lucy Ricardo, I was very surprised. But she was very good. Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, I'll put it to you this way. You wouldn't even know it's Jessica Chastain. It was just, she was that good. Penelope Cruz, this Parallel Mothers thing, it's an international film, and I just don't know why they do these things. They should just have their own separate category. But it's the Oscars, so I get it.
Exactly.
Kristen Stewart playing Princess Diana. It was very different. She played, it was a good job, but I don't know about that. Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, she did her part. It was okay. Who do I think is going to win? This is the toughest one out of all of them.
Exactly.
I like Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye. The only reason why it is, if you didn't know that Jessica Chastain was in this movie, you wouldn't even know it was her. It was just that good. So that's who I think is going to win. So, Mr. Jones, who do you think is going to win in this category?
Same one you just said.
Okay, we agree. The Academy, I think they're going to go for Nicole Kidman. Which I honestly, truth be told,
know that, yeah.
I wouldn't even... It's a toss-up between both of them. Okay, what do we have now? Okay, we have Best Supporting Actress. Okay, we have Kristen Dunst for Power of the Dog. Ariana Bella for West Side Story. I honestly can't read these things. I honestly can't even read this.
What?
I'm trying to read this one. I can't. I wish I could. I can't read it. The lighting, I can't. This is just bad. Jesus. Okay.
You need my flashlight?
I need something. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is just really bad. I wish you had a light in here that I could actually see the thing. I know. I can actually see the thing. Best supporting. All right, let's go. Okay, Best Supporting Actress, we have Jessica Buckley for The Lost Daughter. We have Anna Below for West Side Story, like I said. Judi Dench for Belfast. Kristen Dunst for Power of the Dog. And Ontagwe Ellis for King Richard. Okay, who do I think is going to win in this category? This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. I think who's going to win? I think it's going to go to Ariana Bell for West Side Story. Mr. Jones, who do you think is going to win in this category?
The same reason you said Annabelle.
Okay.
She's just that good.
Okay. All right. Okay. We both agree on that. Who did the Oscar? Who are they gonna pick? Well, Judi Dench because she's just as old as everybody else. The Belfast. Okay. Now let's get to Best Supporting Actor.
Okay.
This is an interesting one. J.K. Simmons for Being a Ricardos. Anyone I can remember? This is fuck. Troy Kotsur for Coda.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
I gotta look into the damn thing.
I can write it down, you know.
I already did, but it's just hard to read it. I could just see. What's the fucking guy's name? Okay. Jesse Palouse for Power of the Dog. And Cody Smith McGee for also Power of the Dog. Okay, so I think Best Supporting Actor will go to J.K. Simmons for Being a Ricardos. Mr. Jones, who do you like in this category?
For Best Supporting Actor?
Yes.
Well, I can't say Will Smith because he was the main actor.
Yes. The ones that I mentioned. All the ones that I mentioned.
The one you just said, it's the one you said.
J.K. Simmons
Yes.
for Being a Ricardos.
Yes.
Yes.
I think he's really
And
good.
I also think the Academy will agree on that.
Yes.
So that's it. Okay, so we're just about there, folks. All right, so what do we got left here? All right, we got through just about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Best Animated. Okay, people, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I may have some sizzle in the background. That's just the heat.
Yeah,
The pipes.
they're mostly Disney films. Okay, one of the movies is called Flea. I understand why it got nominated for Best Animated, but if you get a chance to watch it, now we're filming this on Friday, so if you get a chance to watch it either tonight or tomorrow, go to Hulu and watch Flea. It's a story of an immigrant from Iran. It's really good. El Canto, Disney Plus. Get a chance to watch it over the weekend, please do. It's very good. About the Spanish family, all mystical stuff, really good. Luca, same thing, Italian family, also really good. The Mitchells versus the Machine.
No, I saw some of that. That was good.
It's really good. I'm not sure of the streaming service, but if you do get a chance, watch it either tonight or tomorrow. Did I miss one? What did I miss? How did I miss?
I think you covered everything.
What the hell did I miss? Canto, Flea, Luca, Machines. All right. Sorry about that, people. Had to take a break for a second. Okay, let's get to Best Director.
Okay.
Okay, Kenneth Branagh for Power of the Dog. Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. And Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. Now, I've always wondered why the person gets nominated for Best Director, but basically the picture doesn't get nominated, or the actress. It's always been interesting to me. Okay, this category I think is going to be actually very interesting.